as horrible as having a loved one serve in combat. And when they say World War II, obviously it was a world at war. And because of my father, I really followed history most of my life. And it's just amazing the sacrifices families made with their loved ones going off to war, many of them not returning, worldwide, no matter what army you fought for. View over here, if you can see that, it's just amazing. I'm on walls on either side of Cornhusk. This ride just doesn't quit. Just beautiful. Oh my God. If I'm not in heaven, I'm halfway there. But this is a drawback, is you have to rely on your phone for navigation. This year, 2025, Honda took the navigation away from the Goldwing, and I'm feeling it now, as I don't have cell phone reception. And I do have Verizon, which is supposed to be the strongest, just spread out across the country, and I don't have reception. So hopefully I'll get it soon and I can get directions to where I want to go. Right now I'm kind of lost. I do have a paper map someplace on the bike. This bike does not like grooved roads. Now it is handling it better. I've let some air out of the tires, and the bike is weighted with my luggage, so it is handling a grooved road better, but it does not like grooved roads or steel graded bridges. So no cell service yet. I'm just going to keep driving on this road. Hopefully I'll pick up cell service soon. Been on this road many times. This is 219 south of Bradford. Been on this road many times going to Tyrone, Pennsylvania to see Kissel Motorsports. So just a nice windy road. Again, I got hurt a little bit. Probably would have taken Route 6 down to Johnsonburg, but now I'm on 219 headed to Johnsonburg. It goes right through the town. Got bit a little bit about lack of a cell phone service. Hopefully this 219 will get me close, I know that. Hopefully I'll continue to have service, but just a beautiful day to ride. The Goldwing is singing. I don't know if I have enough. I think my range is 214 miles. I don't know if I have enough to get back to my house. We'll see. Don't know how to read this tank. Some tanks drop off. They're on the fuel gauge quickly. Some drop off slowly and then drop quickly. I'm not sure how to read this gauge, but we'll just keep pressing on. So I'm close to the cemetery. My grandparents have been dead since the 40s. I'll tell you that story when I'm at the cemetery. And this is the roads I remember as a kid. Look at the drop off on the left. We used to do this in a pickup truck camper, but this is, I remember driving these roads as a kid. And this is how I remember Allegheny Forest in Pennsylvania, near Johnsonburg, Pennsylvania. This is childhood memories coming back as on my way to my grandparents' gravesite. Boy, this is far hillier than I remember it. Wow. Far hillier than I remember it. Holy Rosary Cemetery. And I think I remember where they were. I think they're in the center. So I remember parking about here, maybe a little further up, and I thought they had a somewhat sizable stone when I was a kid. Now my brother says it's in section C. It might be the next section up, but I thought it was right around here. It's a Holy Rosary Cemetery, and look at the view. The town of Johnsonburg is over there, probably about 2 miles, where my father grew up. Let's see if we can find my grandparents. So I haven't been here maybe it's over 30 years I haven't been here. And after my mother died, my father, I took a trip with him year after my mother died in the spring to, he met his school for planning their class reunion. And I was off one section. My bike is down there, if you can see it. And I'm off. This was a better road. I wish I would have known this section. But I found my grandparents. I'm going to go walk over and pay my respects. So if you read my book, all the stories, sections of my book, it's basically my alter ego in the book, surrounded with my family, but it's not me, it's my alter ego, maybe some I want to be. Most of the stories in my book are taken off from real life events, including Paulie and Peter's fight after school where Peter Michelli fends off some rough kids with a book bag filled with books. My Uncle Dick did that with a sled. He had glasses on, looked a little Poindexter, but was very brave, and they were bullied by a bunch of kids after school, and my Uncle Dick took his sled on a rope. They were surrounded by kids, and he swung it over his head like a lasso, and the other bullies got so afraid they ran off. They left him alone. The kids were picking on my Uncle Bill and my father, who were probably, in their low teens, 10, 12 years old. There's a little over a year and a half apart. My Uncle Dick used to send souvenirs home he served in an artillery unit in World War II. And he used to send things home to my father and my uncle, souvenirs from the war. And one time he sent home a German helmet, and my grandmother opened up the package on the kitchen table, opened it up, and it was a helmet. Inside it was the hair of a soldier, and my father said my grandmother just screamed, Anita, just screamed and nearly passed out. I think she did pass out, obviously thinking her son going off into war. I cannot think of anything as horrible as having a loved one serve in combat. And when they say World War II, obviously it was a world at war. And because of my father, I really followed history most of my life. And it's just amazing the sacrifices families made with their loved ones going off to war, many of them not returning, worldwide, no matter what army you fought for. Maybe they put the flags up for Monday's holiday. I'm sure they haven't been up since Memorial Day, but I could be wrong. Look at the veterans that served, the flags that are up. That is so magnificent. It's just amazing. Just amazing. The 2025 Goldwing did an amazing job getting me here. And I think I'm going to head for home. I've got a 3-hour drive ahead of me, and I want to see my wife. I'll catch you on the road. You got to see this road. There was a hairpin turn with a house on it. There's a sign that says 10 miles an hour right before the cemetery. I didn't have the camera on. It is a hairpin turn. And I'll see if I can catch it. There's this one section the road really falls off to the right. We did these roads, I think, were stone when we were a kid, and we were doing this in a 1974 F-350 Ford Super Camper Special with a heavy camper on top that used to tip from side to side. My brother Pat would do most of the driving. My older brother, I was 74, so I was like 9 or 10, and it was pretty crazy. coming up here. We used to come up every Memorial Day, but you can see this is a nothing turn compared to the hairpin turn just before the cemetery. Look at how this falls off to the right. I don't even want to ride near the guardrail. It falls off so sharply to the right down in a ravine. I remember I used to be petrified. We used to ride, back in the day, used to ride in the camper on the back of the pickup truck. I'm not sure if you can still do that. I can't believe you can with no seatbelts. We used to ride in the bunk over the cab, which was just crazy. I am not going back through Warren, Pennsylvania. I'm going to go back through Bradford and Ellicottville, which Ellicottville is their Oktoberfest this weekend. I have a feeling I'm going to be caught in a mess. We'll see how bad it is, traffic around Ellicottville, and then I'm going to come up from Ellicottville, Orchard Park, and then into Buffalo, and then home from there. So that's the route I'm taking to get home. So a little different route. You've seen it before in my videos when I go to Tyrone, Pennsylvania. Probably the most familiar with it. So catch a little bit later on the trip. Oh, and there's a Sheetz restaurant. The Sheetz gas station, which I like. We'll see. I may stop there and fill her up with fuel. It's a very clean gas station. She is a graceful lady, this motorcycle. Now I'm about to get on 219. I did eat the rest of my hamburger at the cemetery, and I ate a yogurt that I took from breakfast, and drank some Gatorade. So I did remember to drink and eat. I got to remember to do that. I know it sounds stupid. Believe me, I get it. It is stupid. Let's put her in sport mode as I pull out of here. Kicks it in the ass. She really kicks it in the ass, this bike. What a monster. I'm not even giving it full throttle. Alright, we'll catch you later on the road. I think I'm just outside of Bradford, PA, and man, I hope I didn't leave the camera on. I just took a long video and nothing. God, these hills are beautiful. Colors are much more color here than in around Fredonia, New York, even Warren. I am not going to fill up. I have 92 miles to go to home. My range says 182 miles. I'm going to do it. I think it should make it easily. Frost took me a little bit off guard this morning at the hotel in Warren, but just an amazing ride. I'm blessed. I thank my wife for letting me to leave these 2 days, and my kids for getting things situated at work. Look at this. We're headed into Bradford now. And then from Bradford, I'm going to take the Southern Tier Expressway up to Salamanca, New York, and then loop around 15-20 minutes to go up to Ellicottville, New York. But look at these hills. Look at these hills. I love Pennsylvania. Bradford is where Zippo lighters are made. This is a Zippo factory that if you see them in old movies, especially war movies, the metal lighters that they flip the lid up and spin the wheel to light them. Still making Zippo lighters here. Not sure if that's a plant to another big oil town. I'm sure they were wood back in the day, then went to oil. So I divert a little bit from this route, and it wants me to go up to Old 219 up ahead, and I get on the Southern Tier Expressway. And I do this when I'm going. I do this all the time. My friend Dave came up with this route, and it actually is faster and a much easier route to do in your vehicle. I have it in performance mode. up on this. Up to 72, put the windshield up, block the air, but a little diversion. So the church expressway, this is going to take me into Salamanca, and then I take the main road in Salamanca to Ellicottville. It's never taken me on this Martin Road. I went past 219 that would have headed towards Ellicottville, and it's putting me on Martin Road, and then it wants me to turn left on Sugartown Road, which is great. I hope I miss the I hope it diverts me around Ellicottville. That would be huge. I would love this route. Now, it might take me up Old 242, which I'd be stunned if it did that, but I've never been on this road, and it's, well, the adventure continues. It's just beautiful. Just beautiful. Look at the scenery. Okay, we'll see if I go around Ellicottville. That'd be a huge win. View over here, if you can see that. It's just amazing. I'm in on walls on either side of Cornhusk. This ride just doesn't quit. Just beautiful. Oh my God. If I'm not in heaven, I'm halfway there. Just amazing. What an adventure. My God, this is just fantastic. Just fantastic. By the way, I'm listening to Sirius XM 90s music, and I gotta tell you, for the most part, most of the 90s music stinks. Stinks. But this view doesn't. It's beautiful. So the Peters Road entrance to the 219 expressway is closed. They're doing work on it. I haven't been over this bridge in a long time, entering into Erie County, because they've had that 219 extension. There's a bridge we usually go over on the expressway. Beautiful bridge. So really, it says the town of Concord, but I consider this Springville that we're entering, and hopefully I can get on the 219 expressway up here. This bike is crazy in sport mode. It has 120 horsepower, which is not a ton. The standard version has 125. Now, Honda really doesn't publish that information, but it's the best thing you can come up with on YouTube. So she's got 120 horsepower with the DCT. With this 6-cylinder, you would think she's a Maserati or Ferrari engine. Doesn't sound like a Ducati. It's too smooth. Not that Ducati V4s aren't great, but it's just too smooth. I'll take it off sport. I'll give you another sport run going on the thruway, going up on the 219 expressway. She's just a monster. Fuel mileage, I have 142 miles to go, and I have a range of 136 miles shown on the fuel gauge. I have 2 bars left. It does seem to lose. The gauge drops quickly at the top of the tank and then slowly goes down once you're in the tank. You know, about that half tank measurement. So I should have more than enough to get home. I'll fill her up before I get home.
Turn right to US 219 North for Denver, Buffalo. Use the right lane to turn right to US 219 North for Denver, Buffalo.
Listen to this beast. Almost sounds like it's supercharged, and it's not. It's not a supercharged, it's not turbocharged. It just sings. Marauders, thank you for joining me for this video series. I do have to edit and upload a snowblowing video. I've been having a lot of viewers asking me for that, and I do have one to upload. Got caught with my pants down again this year on snowblowing, getting prepared. I will be doing a recap video of this trip, my mistakes I made, pros and cons. Thank you for joining me for this adventure. Ride safe and in peace. Hope to see you on the trail. Thank you and God bless.